Hello, I'm Chris Williams from Read Comics, They're Bad For You, the name of my YouTube channel. Or if you're watching this on BitChute, the name of my BitChute channel is Comic Freak. Today we're going to be talking about D23, the Rise of the Skywalker poster. It has footage of Palpatine on it. You know, if you haven't heard about it, the poster that they have apparently used an action figure as the model for Palpatine. Great. So your Disney is too cheap to even get the original actor, or at least the guy they had play the Palpatine in the Star Wars prequels. So they're just going to use a glorified Barbie doll to be the model for Palpatine on the poster of the final installment of the Disney Star Wars trilogy. Oh, of course, Disney would pull something like this to save money. The article goes as President of Lucasfilm Kathleen Kennedy and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker director, writer, and producer J.J. Abrams showcased the riveting conclusion to the Skywalker saga at D23. Kennedy and Abrams revved up the audience, introducing the 9 stars from the film, many of whom marked this as their first D23 Expo appearance. Abrams said the film is a tribute to the late Carrie Fisher. You know, that's a bold-faced lie, no matter how much you believe it, JJ. The character of Leia is the heart of the story, he said. We realized we could not possibly tell the end of these 9 films without Leia. Oh, come on. She isn't the heart of it. Luke is the heart of this story. Anthony Daniels, back as C-3PO, guarantees audience a solid time with the conclusion. He also says it's hard to believe that it's finally ending. I have trouble believing anything you say. I'm sorry about that, about at least this movie. The footage screened begins with Luke Skywalker saying, 1,000 generations live in you, but now this is your fight. That sounds so bad, because it sounds like it, because they're putting it all on Rey. Rey that is basically unlikable. Rey who has no problems. Rey no one can relate to. Then they go on about saying how the different characters are staying at different parts, at different areas of the galaxy in Star Wars. Cut to Rey throwing a lightsaber at a tree, coming back to her as a boomerang. We then cut over to Kylo-Ren. Then we hear Luke's voice fade as we move to a voiceover of the Emperor saying the journey nears its end. And then Rey in Sith robes unveils a Death Maul-like double-sworded red saber. And it looks kind of bad. Honestly, I saw the footage of it. It looks unfolding. It looks sort of bad with her. Another article goes, Star Wars fans think a Hot Toys Palpatine figure was used for the Rise of Skywalker poster. And I've seen the footage for that too, where they compare the action figure with the face of Palpatine on the poster, and they match up too well. They probably used the action figure, then took a picture of it, photoshopped it, put flames around it, put Rey and Kylo-Ren beneath the photo of the action figure, and this is what we get. This is the poster, and it's underwhelming for a Star Wars movie. That is so underwhelming. On Saturday at the D23 Expo, Lucasfilm unveiled a new poster for Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. The poster shows Rey and Kylo-Ren on it, with the Emperor above them. The article continues with, the poster excited fans by offering the first glimpse of Darth Sidious's return in The Rise of Skywalker. No, it didn't. A lot of people hate that poster, and I've heard nothing but bad things said about it. The writer says, except that it may not have been. Upon closer inspection, some fans believe that Lucasfilm used a Hot Toys figure of Palpatine for the poster. The post claims the comparison matches down to Palpatine's wrinkles. One could argue that there are only so many ways to depict Palpatine's looming shadow, but it's hard to deny the similarities here. It's very comical that Disney would try to pull something like this. Do they really think people are that dumb that they couldn't notice that they use an action figure as Palpatine, the Dark Lord of the Sith? on the poster of their final movie in the Star Wars Disney trilogy. Look at it. There's Palpatine on the left with Palpatine from the poster on the right. And when they're mixed together, they blend so well together. You notice the only differences is that Disney colored the eyes in on the poster so they stand out more. That is so bad. It's just a model that they used, and it's really more noticeable when you look down at the overlaid shots put over each other. The poster writes, Palpatine looks off to you. That's because the slideshow toys Palpatine figure was used to create the Rise of Skywalker poster. It matches down to the wrinkles. I mean, that's the main part. They are exactly the same. And when you overlay them, it's even more noticeable. You can see the red even on the blackness of the poster. Even though that's an overlay, but it looks so natural, you know that that's part of the original figure. The article continues with Palpatine's return brings the Skywalker saga full circle in its final chapter. He was there at the beginning as Senator Sheev Palpatine enacting his plan to become Supreme Chancellor. He ruled the galaxy as the Emperor in the original trilogy. They go on phrasing that and they say they can only bring him back so that they can truly end him, even though he was truly ended in Return of the Jedi. That's what it is. You're bringing back a villain who was killed off for good, because you killed off the big bad of this series, as others have said, because you wanted to defy expectations. It almost sounds like the actors are reading a script for a part in a movie about how General Palpatine is so monumental and integral to the plot of this movie, even though he was been nowhere in any of the other two movies. Now, the article says Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker will end the Star Wars sequel trilogy and serve as the final chapter of the Skywalker saga. The article continues with a bunch of gibberish, but it also mentions how upcoming Star Wars projects will be headed by Game of Thrones creators D.B. Weiss and David Bernoff. Again, we have those two guys mentioned. The new trilogy by The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson, and the upcoming Disney Plus TV series is for Star Wars. Yeah. I think the gibberish of them just mentioning the actors who worked on The Rise of Skywalker would have been more entertaining if I just listed off all their names, folks. This movie is going to be a train wreck. They don't mention anything real notable about it. The poster is such a letdown, it just drives me up the wall. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker leak from D23 Expo. Yeah, there's been a few leaks from the D23 Expo, and I have to say they're not, as I said, they're not very notable. Disney showed off some footage from Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker early at the D23 Expo in Anaheim, California, with footage having leaked online. This real sizzle includes Kylo-Ren giving somebody a choke slam with his lightsaber in hand. Kylo-Ren seen looking down at the helmet of Darth Vader, Rey with Finn, Poe, Chewbacca, and C-3PO on a desert planet, Chewie, Poe, and Rey in the Millennium Falcon. That's not really leaks. I don't really think that's much. The real good thing are the comments that people have been making about the poster. One person photoshopped and altered the poster and made it look like a PlayStation 2 game. And yes, this poster would look better as the cover of a PlayStation game or any video game. It's not that great. It's not notable. I've seen Star Wars art. This isn't Star Wars art. This is just a badly done Photoshop of an action figure. They couldn't do anything notable about this. Even though I wish they had, other Star Wars posters in the new trilogy movies had been better. At least they were monumentally better than this poster. Even though I wish that they had gotten a real artist or a much better artist to work on the posters, something more notable than this. Now, if you like this video, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube is going around and subscribing people from channels. So make sure you are subscribed. If you're watching my videos, just subscribe to me if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to me on YouTube at Read Comics They're Bad For You. Then go over to BitChute and subscribe to Comic Freak, the name of my BitChute channel. Hit that bell for notifications, hit that like button, and leave some comments down below. Also, could you please share this video on Twitter as well as Facebook, or share it anywhere you think it would do the most good? Because YouTube is also not promoting their videos anymore of their creators. And it would really help me if you could please share this video. And remember, keep checking back in future videos for more information on my own upcoming independent comic book, Scumdogs. I'm Chris Williams, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video or review.